Hello YouTube and welcome to another gaming video. It's DJ Ferbz here. I am an alternative DJ and content creator from the UK. Today we're diving into a 2024 gaming release called Until Then. It is a graphic style novel by Polychroma Games, published by Maximum Entertainment. The game follows Mark Borja and his moments of deja vu after derailing a catastrophe which caused widespread casualties and infrastructural damage of the Philippines. We start out in our room and straight away there is this huge nostalgic feeling. After all, who can't relate with being a teenager, having to get ready for high school in the morning, and delaying the alarm by the snooze a few times? If you've been following me on Twitch for a while, you already know I sometimes struggle to learn the controls in a game. However, this was not the case with Until Then. The interface was easy to use and the controls were easy to understand. Another great side to Until Then, in my opinion, was also the soundtrack. In the morning, you sit down to play the piano, but throughout the entire game, you find little gems of music here and there. Another thing which I really enjoyed was the social media interaction, from misspelled messages from your father to not a scam emails. All of this contributing to making the world of Until Then feel very alive and nostalgic. Just look at him. Isn't he a handsome devil, ready to go to school and break hearts? This is something that you may already know if you've been following me for a while. I was born in Brazil. Lots of scenery in this game, because they are based on real locations of the Philippines, felt nostalgic to me, because Brazilian scenery can sometimes be similar as well. From the graffiti to the busker at the train station, Until Then really took me back to the time when I lived in São Paulo, and I really enjoyed this experience. We continue on our path to school by acquiring a train ticket. And of course, no teenager's morning would be complete without catching up with our friends on social media. This is when we find out that there is a book report due today, which we of course have not done because of priorities. Video games are of course more important. On the train, we also meet our friend J-Boy, basketball obsessed. We head over to school where we're going to cram all of the work we should have done within weeks for this book report on crime and punishment. Within a couple of minutes. What could ever go wrong, right? Especially when our classmate is rather stressed and is known to have exploded at other classmates in the past. There is definitely a danger of death here. Louise, the ultimate school crush, our book report classmate, catches us red-handed while we're trying to cram this book report. And for a moment, we see our light flash before our eyes. However, it turns out that we managed to escape alive, because we blag it by saying that we'd been beating a boss, and it turns out she played the same game. This solidifies my crush, or the protagonist's crush, on her, and, well, it is very nostalgic again of high school, because who can remember being so nervous around someone that they liked, and worried that everything would spread like wildfire throughout the school. During lunch break, after surviving the book report and, dare I say, even making a good impression, we meet up with Kath, who is probably my favorite character thus far in the series. Now, Kath gives us the gossip on new girls coming to school, and she is absolutely adorable. However, she is also fierce competition for Louise's heart. No teenagers chat is complete without a group chat. So in the evening, once we get home, we catch up with local gossip, discuss prom, and, well, we get a very special message from a very special girl. Louise texts us, inviting her to her chess game. This is a very endearing scene where you can see his rosy cheeks, and again, very nostalgic, because when you're a teenager, a text like that can mean so much to you. And I dare say that might just continue on with adult life. Who's never seen one of our friends looking down and smiling at their text messages completely smitten? I know I have. The next day, we do head over to the chess game, very, very excited to see Louise, and also meet her best friend Sophia. Straight away, we realize that she's stylish, but perhaps a little bit eccentric. Sophia straight away tries to prank us and solidifies her personality as someone who is cheerful, bubbly, smart, a little bit sarcastic, and I would say it's probably the spiciest character in the series so far. With her big personality, she cheers her friend on. But we decide to go outside and get something to eat because we're both hungry and the chess matches are taking quite a while. We play a mini game of fish balls outside, and this is super fun, although a little bit tricky. Yeah, but still super fun nonetheless. I did lose my round of fish balls to Sophia, but this is not over yet. I am coming back for a rematch. I am calling the game rigged. Once we've had some food, we come back to meet Louise. She's finally finished with the championship and she has emerged victorious. Sophia unfortunately has to go to see her grandmother in the hospital, but this does leave us one-to-one time with our crush. How exciting! Well, this is where we're a little bit disappointed because it turns out that the secret that she'd been keeping isn't the fact that she likes us. It's actually the fact that she has a boyfriend, and he turns out to be in a band, and who can compete with that? But we actually develop a great friendship with Louise, and well, we also noticed something a little bit strange. The weather that she remembers over the last 3 weeks and the weather that we remember are definitely not the same. After having a great time at the pizzeria with Louise and her boyfriend, we meet Kath at the supermarket. She's wearing pajamas. And again, she is such a cutie pie. After having a great time at the pizzeria with Louise and her boyfriend, we meet Kath at the supermarket and she's wearing pajamas. What a cutie pie. Well, by now, the news of Louise and her boyfriend have ripped throughout the whole school and everyone knows. And we are on to, more fish in the sea and all that. The two new girls are about to land and we want to know as much information about them as we can. So we would do what any normal person does. We stalk their social media. One of them we managed to find absolutely nothing about, but the other gives me a very strong sense of deja vu again. And that sense of just mystery. What is going on here? During this really endearing scene, we connect deeper with Kath, and she makes us promise that we will never leave her. She also loves the rain, and honestly, this scene is absolutely incredible. I highly recommend Until Then to anyone who enjoys a good story, some nostalgic graphics, and a really great and relaxing soundtrack. Now, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more gaming updates, music reactions, and just a little bit of a catch up. I thank you very much for watching. Until next time, Ferbz!